This is the first Dragon Ball Insider podcast taking place on January 6th, 2014. Hey guys, this is Anthony from Dragon Ball Insider. This is our first podcast. We've never done this before, so it's probably going to be a little bit tacky the first time around, but we're going to roll with it. I'm here with my co-host, Uchi Rojas.
What's up?
And he is going to be helping me with this podcast forward. Unfortunately, we couldn't have our other guys on here, such as Dave, Brian, and Ben. But the next time we have our podcast, they will be on board, and we're going to be doing a little bit more in-depth information and discussion. But for now, we're just going to do a little bit of an introduction, tell us about ourselves, or tell you guys about ourselves, and we will go through there. So first, let's start off with you, Ryan.
All right, where should I start? I mean, it's been, what, a year now?
A little over a year, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, I mean, it's hard to just talk about myself without talking about you along with me because it was a group effort. It was a jointed fight, I guess you can say, since this is a Dragon Ball related thing, so we got to be action packed. Started with an idea. I figured, we were coworkers in real life, and then we'd always have these discussions about everything: Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, canon, non-canon, all such things. And I was like, I was just so amazed by the knowledge of this guy over here. And I was like, why let this go to waste? Let's do something with it. And, at first it was like, what could we possibly do? But look what we've done in just a year, So it all started with Twitter. And then from there, it just evolved into Instagram, which is probably our biggest social media outlet next to our website. But then aside from those three, then we have a YouTube and a Facebook page and a Tumblr and Google+. So Reddit too, right? Yeah.
We're on Reddit, but not as active. We try to stay active, but Reddit doesn't like spamming, so it's hard to get any information on there without being accused of trying to just direct traffic to our website.
Right. So yeah, I mean, just go along with, being co-founder, co-owner, however you want to word it. The new term, the co-lost and founder. Since, school has been such a pain getting in the way of things, and it really does suck, but, I do what I can. I come back. Definitely for this podcast. This is definitely important. I'm definitely going to drop a few things from school just so that I can make time to do this. But yeah, ever since last year we started this up, I've been a fan of the series, the franchise, the universe, ever since I was around 6. My dad actually introduced it to me. He still enjoys watching it with me and my brothers. And yeah, I'm just a passionate fan. Love the anime. I love what, the nostalgia moments, of course, but then there's always the obvious, plot holes, which we will definitely address and talk about in later episodes, or probably later in this episode. So I guess that's enough about me. What about you?
Well, to be honest with you, Dragon Ball was the only anime I've ever watched up until about a month ago. I never really was into anime. In fact, I've always just called Dragon Ball Z the cartoon I watched when I got home from school at 3 o'clock on Toonami back in the day. I just always was interested in it. And to be honest with you, I started working with Rojas, got him a job at Radio Shack. We started talking about it. Like you said, we got involved and decided to come up with Dragon Ball Insider. And we've been going strong for about a year now. I'd like to think I know a pretty decent amount about the franchise and its roots and how it developed throughout the years. And
He's just being nice.
What's that?
He's just being nice.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say I know everything there is, because there are things I don't know, and there's a lot of things a lot of people don't know, because Akira Toriyama doesn't like to let anyone know everything. But
Whose fault is that? Ain't yours.
I blame you.
Of course.
But I'm an enthusiast. I consider myself probably one of the more knowledgeable Dragon Ball enthusiasts out there, and I like to share my knowledge, and along with Dave, who's going to be on here as well.
Oh, love that kid.
Dave is a little bit of a, he could be harsh. Sorry, guys, but that's just Dave. He's very passionate about what he loves, and he's a good dude. But aside from that, other than Dragon Ball, I'm a big sports fan. I like baseball, basketball. Did martial arts for 8 years. Pretty long time. Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and not because of Dragon Ball, but I just did it, and it's just a coincidence that I got involved in a show that basically consisted of all martial arts, and starting this page up was pretty cool from the start, and we're going to keep going forward and do some podcasts and see how it goes. We're going to get on iTunes. We're going to be hosting it on our website, DragonBallInsider.com, and we're just going to roll with it and go from there.
Yeah, we've had so many things that we've done over the past year that, like, I don't know if any of you guys are aware, but we hold the biggest petition in the world for bringing Battle of Gods, the latest Dragon Ball Z movie, to the States. Unfortunately for us as a country, we still have no word on that.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely a start. We've gotten a bunch of feedback from higher ups, and by higher ups we mean like Funimation reps.
Yeah, marketing executives hit us up.
We've even got some feedback from Sean Schemmel himself, voice of Goku, the third voice actor. Am I correct?
Third English voice actor. Essentially, actually there was like 4, but one didn't really matter.
Okay, yeah. So, the one that Goku's most known for, he tweeted back at us. What did he? He was saying how like he still knew nothing about it or something.
Yeah, basically he just let us know that he hasn't received any word, and that's about it.
Yeah, so that was like what, like, I guess you could say it started our big push. I mean, we like back to what we were saying before, like how we started this whole thing. Like it was more so to spread and share the knowledge that Ant pretty much had, and I, being like the co-founder, co-host, whatever, I would just go along, like I would be learning along in the process as well. So it's like it's good for everybody. And it's like I've definitely learned a lot. Like I thought I knew a lot, and then he's like, ask me anything. One day where he's asked me anything, and I literally just tried to come up with the most obscure questions, and he just knew, episodes, lines. Even did the voice acting for the lines.
Well, anyway, enough about that. This is what you can expect thus forward from the podcast that we're going to be conducting. We want to take a different approach. There are other podcasts out there, Dragon Ball related. We want to take a little bit different approach. So we are going to talk about the latest news in the Dragon Ball community and the universe.
Got it.
That just goes without saying. We want to inform you guys. But in addition to that, we want to have a really interactive podcast. We're going to be talking about controversial topics, such as the notorious canon and non-canon, and what it means to be canon and non. And there's controversies within that of itself. Like, why is it considered canon at this point in time, and why is it not? So we're going to get into that. Dragon Ball is notorious for plot holes.
Oh.
We're going to go in depth and give our opinions and basically just discuss what we really think about the plot holes and if they are really plot holes.
Right.
We're looking to have guests from our community. So, I mean, we have, I believe, a little over 19,000 fans on Instagram.
Over what?
Over 19,000. But, yeah, so we're going to have a few people come on, probably the most assertive people we know. I mean, there are a lot of guys on Instagram that have been with us from the start who I'd really like to bring on. I know some of you guys would really appreciate it. and some of you guys would just enjoy being on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, we want to also talk about basically battle powers. A lot of it's,
yeah.
once again, that's kind of goes along with controversial topics. But, for example, Majin Vegeta, was he actually Super Saiyan 2?
Notice how he said Super Saiyan, guys. Just you're gonna learn a lot from this podcast. Trust me.
That being said, correct pronunciation of words, question and answers. Submit your questions via our website, our forum, our Instagram,
or tweet us.
We want to do a lot of that. We love doing Q&As. We want to have debates like who would beat who.
That'll be fun. But I'm pretty sure I'll just get out like beat before it's like.
Well, me and Dave are on the same team at this point, so
yeah, pretty much.
I think it'd be fun having a debate with DB Eternity, as you guys know him as.
Yeah, I'll just be the middle guy. I'll just be like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because my answers will be like, oh, so who would win between Broly and Kid Buu? And I'd be like, well, Broly's a thug, so bam.
And I'd be like, Broly's overpowered and non-canon, so.
Exactly. So there you go. Yeah.
But I think it's going to be fun. But like I said, this whole podcast, the first episode, was just to get a feel for it, see what we have to do better. If you guys have any suggestions at all for us, we're definitely up for suggestions.
Yeah, what you want us to talk about? I mean, we don't just have to. I mean, we have our like set schedule of what we want to say and like share with you guys as always. But if you want to, like comment or something, we can like leave it off to the end. Be like, oh well, so and so said that. I think this, and then we'll be like, well, sir, you are actually right, or something like that.
I think it's going to be pretty fun when we talk about our opinions on the Goku versus Superman fight. I'm not going to give my opinion right now, but I can say a lot of you will be mad.
Well, I learned the hard way, I guess you can say. I mean, I'm sure as well as the rest of the fan base behind, who was actually behind Goku, I was pretty upset, not going to lie. I was watching with my brother. I will never forget the final blow. I was at the edge of my freaking seat, and then all you saw was the stupid boot that he wore, and it was like KO. I was like, that's it. Bam. And,
Yeah, it just turns out Superman is broken. So
super broken.
But anyway, I think it'd be cool to do different dub comparisons.
Dave. It's all Dave.
Yeah, Dave will be on that.
He watched it like 4 languages.
Yeah. I actually finished watching the whole Latin American dub.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've watched it in Japanese, Latin American, English, obviously, and Germany has a weird dub. But
doesn't he like Germany a lot? The German one?
I'm not sure. I just know it's very angry. So
Net Goku.
But we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Kai, another controversial topic. We want to go into the roots of Kai, what came of it, why so many people don't like it, but it's our job here to enlighten and spread the knowledge that we know. Dragon Ball Kai, I'm going to be straightforward, in my opinion, did a better job taking and picking apart what the real Japanese original show was all about.
Yeah, I agree.
Kai, a lot of controversy with the voice actors and blah, 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 blah. But in reality, the whole point of Kai was the 20th anniversary, and they just wanted to bring back the original Dragon Ball. And I think they did a wonderful job. Despite the voice acting, everyone's entitled to be favorable towards what they grew up with. No one wants to hear anything different, but that's just the way this world works. It's nostalgia.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, it's just how the world. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Really, I mean, like
Never say that again.
how else are you gonna put it? Like people you know, I mean, I hate to go back to the whole Superman Goku thing. Like, trust me, I hate to go back to it, but it's like a lot of people are like extremely to this day butthurt, and there's actually people that, to my surprise, haven't even seen that fight and are still like, you know, strongly saying that Goku would win, you know, in that fight. And like seeing the battle and learning all the factual information for both sides and stuff like that, like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't really have much more to say at this point other than the fact that I'm pretty excited to go ahead and do an actual episode where we can really dig deep into what we want to discuss. It's not going to be random. It's going to be planned. I really want to have guest speakers via Skype. I think it's going to be awesome. We could talk about a whole bunch. Now it's a matter of just figuring out how to get this thing on iTunes because, I mean, I'm sure there's many ways. It's just a matter of doing it correctly, and I don't like doing anything half-ass. So,
Nah.
aside from that, do you have anything else for us?
Well, I would just like to say that we definitely plan on taking this thing as far as it can go. We've, you know, I won't reveal anything, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you guys will be, you know, I would hope to be extremely happy to hear that we were a part of a few things, that we influenced a few things and such. So, you know, not only, you know, is this podcast, you know, a huge step for us, but, you know, it's another outlet so that you guys can actually hear it from us, like from our own voices, not just, you know, read an Instagram post or, you know, read an article that's on the website or if I ever have time to make any more videos for the YouTube channel. But, you know, in time, you know, things will figure themselves out. And, you know, for one, I do really hope that we can somehow manage to pull an early copy of Battle of Z so that we can do a review for it. If not, then we'll still review it to the best of that we can. I mean, I have the equipment for it. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, Battle of Z will be out soon enough. It might not even be worth it. The demo came out, and
the demo's actually really fun. But
it's okay.
have you guys played it? What do you guys think?
No, I mean, the demo was all right. I mean, the official release is coming soon, but it's actually going to be January 24th, I believe.
That's in like 2 weeks when it comes out.
Well, that's in Europe, and the 28th in America.
That's still 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out. We'll do some more reviews and just be more interactive. That's our biggest thing. We want to be interactive. We want to have fun with it. We want to have people on the show. I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I just sneezed. Yeah, it is going to be a good time. It's gonna be a blast, if that's too corny to say, I guess. But it really is. And especially when we get more people on here, when it's not just us two. I mean, even if it is just us two, then it's like, yeah, it'll still be fun. But the more the merrier, they always say.
Yeah, well, we were going to have Dave on here tonight, but just issues with recording and ripping files to GarageBand from Skype, and I ended up having to pay some money to download a program just to get him on here, and then when I downloaded it, it just was a pain to figure out how to work. But next time, he'll be on, and I'm sure you all want to hear what the notorious Dave sounds like.
Will DB Eternity be featured on the next episode of Dragon Ball Insider Podcast?
No. But also we got a couple new guys added to the team who are really awesome. We got DBZ Super Kami, as you would know him on Instagram. It's Brian. We got the Dragon Baller, who's Ben. They're both pretty knowledgeable. Ben's really good with animating and Photoshop and videography. DBZ Super Kami, he knows his stuff. I don't know how much he can go on and talk about things. So I never actually really had an in-depth conversation with him, but I've seen some of his things he could do, and he's a really cool dude, and they're both really cool guys, and they're really excited to be a part of Dragon Ball Insider. I mean, it's, to be honest with you guys, it's like, it's kind of an honor. I've never received so much thanks from people I've never heard of and never met before just for starting an Instagram and a website, because we've had people tell us their life stories as to how Dragon Ball Z changed their life, and just the fact that an Instagram made them realize the things that they've grown up living by, they could now see every day by just seeing a simple picture on a media outlet, which is great. So we really thank you guys for all the support. And I mean, 19,000 fans in just over a year and a day is, in my opinion, pretty incredible.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
we really couldn't have done it without you guys. So we really thank you guys a lot, and we look forward to our next podcast. And everyone will be on, we could assure you. That being said, thanks again, and we look forward to our next podcast, and we hope you enjoy. We will post a link, and actually, I don't even know how we're going to get this out there. We're gonna rip the file and basically just roll with it, and then I'll probably post something on Instagram telling you how to access it. It's probably going to be hosted via SoundCloud, so just a heads up. But I will leave a link. Make sure you check out our website, DragonBallInsider.com. It's the best place to get all the information. We do post on Instagram, but Instagram is a place for pictures. Nobody wants to read a friggin' paragraph just to see where to do something.
We've tried.
So yeah, we've tried. People get pissed off and bent out of shape, and we get the occasional, I'm going to unfollow you if you type more than 3 words. But yeah, that's about it. And thanks for tuning in.